Fragments from novels written by James Joyce. I was a flower of the mountain, yes, when I put the rose in my hair like the Andalusian girls used. Or shall I wear a red? Yes, and how he kissed me under the Moorish wall. And I thought well him, as another. And then I asked him with my eyes to ask again, yes. And then he asked me would I yes to say yes, my mountain flower. And first I put my arms around him, yes, and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts. All perfume, yes, and his heart was going like mad. And yes, I said yes I will, yes. Her antiquity in preceding and surviving, succeeding Tellurian generations, her nocturnal predominance, her satellitic dependence, her luminary reflection, her constancy under all her phases, rising and setting by her appointed times, waxing and waning, the forced invariability of her aspect, her indeterminate response to inaffirmative interrogation, her potency over effluent and refluent waters, her power to enamor, to mortify, to invest with beauty, to render insane, to incite to and aid delinquency, the tranquil inscrutability of her visage. Her omens of tempest and of calm, the stimulation of her light, her motion and her presence, the admonition of her craters, her arid seas, her silence, her splendour, when visible, her attraction, when visible. I am tomorrow, or some future day, what I establish today. I am today what I established yesterday, or some previous day. He was alone. He was unheeded, happy, and near to the wild heart of life. He was alone, and young, and willful, and wild-hearted, alone amid a waste of wild air and brackish waters, and the sea harvest of shells, and tangle and veiled grey sunlight. His soul swooned softly as he heard the snow falling faintly through the universe, and faintly falling like the descent of their last end upon all the living and the dead. The soul has a slow and dark birth, more mysterious than the birth of the body. When the soul of a man is born in this country, there are nets flung at it to hold it back from flight. You talk to me of nationality, language, religion. I shall try to fly by those nets. When the short days of winter came, dusk fell before we had well eaten our dinners. When we met in the street, the houses had grown sombre. The space of sky above us was the colour of ever-changing violet, and towards it the lamps of the street lifted their feeble lanterns. The cold air stung us, and we played till our bodies glowed. Our shouts echoed in the silent street. Do you know what a pearl is, and what an opal is? My soul, when you came sauntering to me, first through those sweet summer evenings, was beautiful, but with the pale, passionless beauty of a pearl. Your love has passed through me, and now I feel my mind something like an opal, that is, full of strange, uncertain hues and colours, of warm lights and quick shadows, and of broken music. He asked himself, what is a woman standing on the stairs in the shadow, listening to distant music, a symbol of? If he were a painter, he would paint her in that attitude. Her blue felt hat would show off the bronze of her hair against the darkness, and the dark panels of her skirt would show off the light ones. Distant music, he would call the picture if he were a painter. There were so many different moods and impressions that he wished to express in verse. He felt them within him. He tried to weigh his soul to see if it was a poet's soul. Melancholy was the dominant note of his temperament, he thought, but it was a melancholy tempered by recurrences of faith and resignation and simple joy. The artist, like the God of creation, remains within or behind or beyond or above his handiwork, invisible, refined out of existence, indifferent.